Good morning, everybody. Ride said, "What up, Tequila?" I said, "Tags." I did see that message. I was walking by, and I saw the "What up, Tags," and I thought that was kind of funny. Actually, speaking of Tags, he has cooked me up some absolute chef hat songs, and I thought it'd be pretty fun to do those on stream today. They will be making their, I guess, public debut today. Before we do anything, I didn't actually go ahead and buy the event pass, so I got some gems now, and oh, that was what I needed. Tower damage by 2% and some tower health. So we got an extra 5% tower health and 2% tower damage for this tourney, so hopefully that helps. And then also, let's see if we can't get a little bit lucky. My bad, was listening to his songs earlier. Hey, okay, so that's Mythic Amp Strike now. And trash, okay. So, let's go to cannons. We're gonna roll this puppy on stream as well. Whenever we get a little bit more like started in here, we'll debut those songs though. I was listening to his songs earlier. He's got some good ones, including the ones he's made for me, which you will hear one of them here soon. Okay, Mythic plus Amp Strike. So let's roll this puppy. I like doing manual rerolls. Crit factor, that is perfect. I'm gonna lock that in. Sorry, I promise this won't take long. Crit chance, wow, that is awesome. Too bad, really. I've had some insane luck with modules, dude. See if I can't get a third best mythic stat really quickly here. We're really hoping for one of the super crits. Multi-shot targets, we're gonna lock that just because it's better than what I had. But we're gonna go ahead and keep on rolling. What are you hoping to do in today's tournament? Honestly, I haven't looked at the multi-shot chance. I think I just reroll. Multi-shot targets is probably about the same. I think somewhere around 600 to 700 waves in champs, I would be pretty happy. Main thing is I don't want to demote. Rend armor chance, that's trash. That attack speed, we'll take that. Oops. I want to stop at a legendary, nope, not range. 2 legendary ranges in a row, wow. We're gonna lock that in. I'm fine with that. Super crit molt. 500 piece. Yeah, we're gonna lock that in. We'll roll with this because I'm really close to the mythic sharp fortitude, and I want to make sure I can get that. I'm one away. So I want to make sure I can get this fully subbed out. But I'm pretty happy with this. Crit, crit, super crit, and attack speed is really good. Plus, I got the extra levels. Make sure. Great. Alright. Let's go ahead. I think I leave everything like it is. Except for maybe. I think I'm gonna go 5,500 and 5,600 on these. 57. Yeah, well, so I'm fine with keeping it perfect mythic because I don't have. So this is I have just this mythic plus now, so I'm 4 copies away from ancestral, and I'm likely going to be rocking this until I get the ancestral of this. It's likely better than any of my other mods, anyways, except for if I get mythic death penalty for doing those low-level milestone pushes. But like my G comp, I rolled perfect mythics on it because I'm still 3 G comps away from an ancestral, and I will never take this off until much later on. So I don't know. I feel like there's definitely times where mythic is warranted. I also, believe it or not, so this was my first ever mythic, so I rolled it, and this was before. But I got all 3 substats that I wanted. Wait, that's not true. I didn't get a attack level skip on it, but I got 3 good mythics on the BHD. This one costed me, I want to say it was like 60,000 reroll shards. As y'all saw, the Amplifying Strike was also actually only about 60,000 for this. And then I want to say my G comp ended up costing me around 160,000 to get this, maybe closer to 200. But let's see. So enemy attack level skips, we're starting out 360, 30.5%. I do have the mythic substat as well as 10 levels of the enhancement. I'm not doing a respec unless I have the time, and also am definitely going to demote, so likely not doing a respec here. So I'm going to keep the coin bonuses there. Do I go ahead and do some clicks in here? I think I do. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Okay. Go ahead and switch to the milestone cards. And I think we're just going to go ahead and go straight in. The baby account over here, I'm running a tier 3. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end that whenever I break 1k waves. I don't know. Yeah, so this is almost my previous best. So as soon as I break 1k waves, I'm just going to end it. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of milestoning today. Not too much though. So we're gonna just go ahead and go. Let's see, more enemy spawn, that's fine. Tank ultimate, boss, ranged. Kinda whatever. Death defy down, enemy level skips, and more boss. Okay, so this is actually really good for me because I'm running full EHP here. So this sounds like a pretty good tournament for me. So let me make sure. Let me double check the cards are right. Cash, free ups, health, regen, wave skip, crit, defense, energy, plasma, enemy balance. Honestly, I might take off the enemy balance, but I think it's fine. Let's see, recovery package, demon mode, wave accelerator, second wind, berserker. Okay. So I'm thinking I could drop the enemy balance thinking I drop enemy balance because there's already more enemies anyways. So I think I drop that, and I'll throw in. I'm gonna switch energy net out just to get it over more. Not keeping super tower in, but that way let me do the same thing to regen actually. Okay, so we're gonna take off the attack speed. So I'm gonna start the run out with no health, and I'm gonna put in damage and ultimate crit so I can build the death wave a lot faster. And then I'm gonna swap out ultimate crit for health pretty early on. Yep, we're gonna do this like that. So we're gonna just go ahead and go straight on in. And I am fully aware the baby account has a perk, but it's two run-ending perks. Neither of them are gonna get taken. So how's everybody doing tonight? Anybody either ran the tournament and had some good luck or anything happen like that, or bad luck, or waiting for that last minute join coming up in about 35 minutes? Ooh, am I even gonna make that? I should. Yeah, I'll make that. I'll be in before the last second. What ultimate weapons do I have? I, on the main account, have Chain Lightning, which is almost undeveloped. I did do, I think, of 1 or 2 quantity and then a little bit of chance. The only reason I did that is for the shock labs here. So apparently it's really bad, but or really low like my labs. But I have shock for the extra damage multiplier, so I did a tiny bit. And so Chain Lightning is going to remain undeveloped. I have Smart Missiles, which have a little bit of development in there, 134x damage, 9 quantity, and then I've got the cooldown synced at 110 seconds with my Deathwave Golden Tower. So obviously I've got Deathwave Golden Tower, and then I have Black Hole and Spotlight with a little bit of investment into the bonus now finally, and quite a bit of angle and quantity here. Biggest thing about my account though is the maxed out 2x or 2-second spotlight missiles. You'll see them, they're just constantly going off the entire run. Holding 13 with 972 waves in champ. We'll see where I end. Honestly, that's not bad at all. 13th. That's it's quite a bit higher than I've ever gotten. I think the best I've ever gotten was I did a last second join, and I got like 230 waves for 16th place or something crazy. That is not max death wave quantity actually. So that is currently 3, which is 2 clicks into I'm in the wrong thing here. That's 2 clicks into death wave quantity, and then it's ancestral death wave quantity for the +3. my current plan is I'm waiting for, I think it's like 1,200 and some change stones. I'm gonna get my smart missile, death wave, golden tower down to the 100-second cooldown, and then I'm gonna do the 850 click of death wave quantity for in run. I'll have 7 death waves at that point, and then I can get the perk for an 8th in farming runs. So I'll have 8 death waves. And then yeah, I do have the quantity 4 spotlight with, I have 46 degrees natural angle with the ancestral substat making it 61 degrees. And, my spotlight is definitely my crown jewel of my account. Yeah, Spotlight is, I've said it, but in my opinion, Spotlight is absolutely the best ultimate weapon in the game. It pairs with everything else. It's just too good. Spotlight quantity is 2,500 stones. That was my birthday present to myself. I go, I pretty much don't buy stone packs. And, my birthday rolled around in July, and I already had quantity 3 spotlight, like 40-degree angle or something, maybe slightly less. And I had some extra money just from it being my birthday, so I said fuck it. And yeah, that's where Spotlight 4 came in. It also took 3, maybe 4 clicks into the event stones, which is very much not recommended. But it was my birthday, so I did it. Like, no angle, no damage, and just about to buy the 3rd light. Honestly, Spotlight is really good at around 40 degrees. Yeah, I can show the stats. Just shy of 2Q right now with 21,000 stones. I bought my, so I was at just under, I think I was at like 9,800 stones when I bought the 4 stone packs to get my death wave quantity level 4. So I had death wave quantity, or sorry, not death wave, spotlight. I had spotlight 4 at 10,000 lifetime stones. But what I was getting to is I feel like spotlight is really good even at only around 40 degrees natural angle and 3 quantity. Is this good, V-Sky? You want me to keep this up, or? Yep, so I do have Perma Black Hole. I've got 32-second natural duration, and then the additional 4 from Ancestral Substat on the core mod. So even in tournaments without Black Hole perk, I have Perma Black Hole. And I'm at 43 seconds Golden Tower duration. And I'm currently, so my current like stone plan is I'm doing the big click for the sync cooldown down to 100 seconds, and then I'm gonna get the next click of Death Wave Quant for 850, and then I'm going to stone click up to a 45-second Golden Tower, and then I'm gonna buy Chrono Field first. I'm probably gonna get 1 or 2 masteries, and then I'm going to go for Golden Tower Plus. So I'm just gonna unlock Chrono Field no stone investment, just unlocking it as my 7th ultimate. Buy 1 or 2 masteries, that way I can start the labs. Buy 1 or 2 masteries just for the level 1 mastery, and then start saving up and get the Golden Tower Plus. And I'm thinking with where I'm currently at, it's going to be GT Plus. I'm going to get it to like 3 or 4 before I go back and start increasing the duration again. But I do currently have, without perk, Perma Black Hole. 12k stones, 3 trillion lifetime coins, and Spotlight is 41 degrees with 3 quantity. I might have bought a lot of stone packs, lol. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Stone packs are what keeps this game running. If I was in the position too, I would be buying more stone packs.
Gentle heart, black and white, in his view, day and night. Then the switch in his head, target locked, nothing said.
Did not buy any stone packs, 3.5 little Q, and 14,390 from the 1st of October, 2024. And Spotlight is amazing. Yeah. Spotlight is the crown jewel of my account. At least listen to the Panda Margaritas. Rounding out my ultimate weapon labs, then going to go into the wall around 600 billion coins per day. Yeah, honestly, you're definitely at the econ point of going into the wall, but you definitely want to have like 4 lab slots committed to the wall for the first at least week or 2 of having it. So finishing out those ultimate weapon labs is not the worst idea. I personally did mine a little bit earlier, and I don't regret it. I just took a pause on the ultimate weapons. I got the wall, I labbed them for like 2-3 weeks, and then I went back to a mix where I had 1 or 2 labs for the wall and 1 or 2 labs for econ. Alright, so Tags has been wearing his chef hat for me, and he has sent me a couple of different songs, and there's some different variations that I'm going to go through and find my favorites of later. But we are going to actually pause the current music, and we are going to, I'm very sorry if it starts out really loud. Let's go Rise of Tequila Man. Hang on one second. I'm trying to find him right now. Alright, let's turn the volume down. Alright, if this is really loud, just try to let me know and I will turn it down. I'm going to go ahead and pre-turn it down and let me know if it's too quiet as well. But we're going to start with this one. This is the first of Rise of Tequila Man, which I have not listened to ever. This is from DJ Tags himself.
Tequila man, oh, tequila man. Shake it, pour it, dance with the clan. All hail the mighty tequila man. Raise your drink, the night won't end. Tequila man, forever my friend.
Alright, so that was Rise of Tequila Man number 1. There are 6 variations, I believe, that he sent me. Good lord. Been wearing that chef hat all night. Let me see. Panda Margaritas number 1. Let's go with this. Let me make sure the volume's not too crazy. Did the volume for that one sound alright to y'all? Was it a little loud, a little quiet? Also going to catch up on chat really quick. I did the wall very early, as soon as I had enough coins to go level 1 on those 4 important labs for wall, and then respec out of it. And I was able to research in a chill way with only 1 or 2 labs for a couple of months. Yeah, so I got to the point where I was able to basically afford them, and I went from Orb Devo back to Blender, and I just went hard on the wall for, like I said, probably about 2.5 weeks, where I did 4 labs. Right now, I do think doing it that way is very responsible, and that's the way I should have done it. But by the time I was getting to the point where I felt comfortable doing the wall, I was already getting to the point where it's like I'm getting too late. I kind of wanted to rush it, so I just said screw it, and I did it the fast way. You good, buddy? And right now I have Deathwave coins in level 14, Black Hole coins level 17, Golden Tower bonus 15, Lab Speeds 50, and perk bonus 16. All of those are absolutely amazing labs to have in. Personally, I would say, you do definitely do what you want, but personally, I would say all of those coin bonuses are pretty high enough to where I would just keep lab speed in and then run the 4 wall labs if you feel comfortable doing it. But I also 100% understand and respect the opinion to go full econ first and then get the lab after. But with how long it is, with how long those labs start getting towards the end, those coin bonuses, I feel like it's probably worth going ahead and doing the wall now, and you'll likely see a faster return of investment where you're going to be getting enough waves out of the wall to offset the coin difference of having those. Here you go. Having done less econ labs, but more EHP, like you're going to get a lot further in your waves. Yo, what up, tags? We just listened to The Rise of Tequila Man number 1. Or, sorry, just Rise of Tequila Man, the original. And we are about to listen to Panda Margaritas, but I was trying to catch up in chat. So here we go. Here is Panda's Margarita number 1. I really like this one so far.
On the shore with the ocean breeze, mix it up with the sweetest sea. Spotlight flickers, laughter's near. The tower calls, but the night is clear. Panda margaritas, salt on the rim. Raise them high and let the night begin. From the tower fights to the ocean sand, we all toast Tequila Man. Smart missiles ready, but we don't run. This tequila life has just begun. Every sip's a victory plan. We all cheer Tequila Man. And a margarita, salt on the rim. Raise 'em high and let the night begin. From the tower fights to the ocean sand, we all toast Tequila Man.
I really like this one, dude. I feel like you could definitely, like, driving down the street, hear this on the radio or something. I really like this.
Tequila Man. Pen a margarita, salt on the rim. Raise 'em high and let the night begin. From the tower fights to the ocean sand, we all toast Tequila Man. Moonlight, starlight, shine on through. Pandas dancing, shades of blue. Whoa, we sing again forever. Cheers to Tequila Man. Tequila Man. Panda margaritas, salt on the rim. We all toast Tequila Man.
I really like that one, dude. I don't know about y'all, but I really did. That was good. I'm excited to add those to the playlist. And then you also said Rise of Tequila Man number 6. So here is going to be Rise of Tequila Man number 6.
Here he comes, holding salt and lime. Tequila Man's here. It's been a time.
Sorry, I didn't realize if I click off the DM, it pauses it. That's dumb.
Here he comes, holding salt and lime. Tequila Man's here. It's been a time. Spotlights burning bright tonight. Raise your glass, the vibe feels right. Smart missiles rain inside the game, but the party calls his name. Shots of silver, salt and lime. And it's moving, keeping time. Every cheer, the crowd all chants. Long live the Tequila Man. Tequila Man, pandas by his side. Margarita rivers on.
Thanks for the input. I might do that. Yeah, it's probably worth going wall.
As you drink, the night won't end. Tequila meant forever, my friend.
All right, yeah, that I like that one a lot. That was really good. Speaking of tags, you actually made this song as well with Dizzy. Hey, Baby Panda wants to say hey real quick. Here you go.
Hey. Nope. When I say it, can I have a you?
Don't have any more.
And heroes fall, and darkness claims the day. A shimmer in the fabric of the cosmos lights the way.
So we said hey, and
He
guys,
steps out from
a little.
the
What?
multiverse. The nexus
Yeah, I'm a baby
is
panda.
I'm the baby panda.
whispered on a billion planets.
Good night, everybody.
He holds the glass, a liquid
Yep.
sun, a smile
Yeah, he loves the stream, dude. He also loves to, whenever I'm in a Discord call, he loves to literally, he'll come over to me, ask to say hey to everybody, and then he'll just run off. I've been training him with yoo-hoos to say funny things. So he he likes to tell Spartan that Spotlight is the best ultimate weapon in the game. As you probably know, Spartan disagrees with that point. Is it V-Sky or V-Ski? I said Sky the first two times, but now that I'm reading it, it looks like it's V-Ski. Little tequila, yeah. He's a little airplane bottle. Hey, Ollie. Ollie. Everybody said goodnight. Everybody was telling you goodnight. He's getting shy. Ooh, 990. Come on now. Wanted to get over a K. That's unfortunate. Oh well. We are gonna run the old. Yep, in short. But it is what it is. Let's see, 4 minutes to join. Let's do it. We are going full glass cannon on this account. I do have some investment into my defense tree here, but it's all of my focus is going into damage. More like Sky. hate mispronouncing names, but I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sky? Is that anywhere close to right? Oh, you have to pronounce it in Polish. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know any Polish. I don't know if I've ever heard Polish spoken before, actually. Do you think, hey, do me a favor, look up, like, the Google translation. Yeah, that's what I was saying originally, was V-Sky or V-Ski. Would you do me a favor? Look up, like, on Google Translate, and see if that is anywhere close to getting the pronunciation right, and I'll listen to it. Let me go ahead and do that as well.
Ski. Ski.
Ski? I don't know, that sounded like ski. Which, I mean, is kind of what you typed out, maybe? That is correct? Okay, good. So it's ski.
From the rooftop of eternity, he sees the stars align. A hero made of rugged fire and battles lost to time. He pours a shot for every soul who fought and did not last, and swears upon the galaxy.
I'm going to call you V problem solved, yeah. I will very likely just say Visky. Or, yeah, Visky. And, you can try to pronounce that word. Alright, I'm gonna do it. You ready? I'm gonna pronounce this perfectly. Is that Polish as well? I'm assuming. Here we go. You ready? I'm gonna pause the music so you can hear it perfectly. You ready?
Żółć.
Zolch. Did I get it? I would have never guessed that without that. Way too many hairs on the letters. That's a good way of calling accent marks right there. Is it Zolch? I 100% cheated right there, but we don't care. It's okay.
He fights with light, he fights with sound, with missiles made of flame, but always keeps the heart of one. The panda calls his name. The havoc bringer strikes the chord. The crowd erupts in cheer. The cosmos sings the chorus loud. His legend echoes clear.
It's the most Polish word, but it's not a hard language. I would like to disagree, but I also don't know much about the Polish language, which is the only reason it seems hard to me right now. I've actually I've tried to learn quite a bit of German, or sorry, not German, Italian. I'm a crane operator, and I did a job with these guys from Italy, and I was working with them for probably like 5 months straight. and only one of those guys spoke English at all, and they kept messing up the commands for the crane. So I told him, like, teach me those words in Italian and give me the commands in Italian, and it made it a lot smoother, because then it was based on my ability to interpret the Italian words rather than their ability to translate it to English, and it was a lot easier for everybody for me to learn the Italian. And then they, of course, started teaching me all kinds of terrible phrases and slurs to say. But I don't know what it is about anybody speaking another language. That's the first thing you go to is, what is the most insulting thing I can teach this person? But they thought it was really funny to get me to say some fucked up things to the other guys. But I started trying to actually learn Italian a little bit, and I learned quite a bit in those several months. But it was as soon as that job ended and I wasn't speaking it on a daily basis, it got really hard really fast to try to keep up with it. Like I probably spent like a month or two still doing like the Duolingo and trying to find people to talk to and stuff, but I don't know anybody that actually speaks Italian besides those guys. So it ended really quickly after that job did. Yeah, it's funny. They'd ask me, they'd be like, hey, go over there and ask that guy, and then they'd tell me something to ask him. You. They'd be like, oh, go ask him this. And I didn't know what it meant, so I'd go over there and ask him, and as I'm saying it, that dude's just pissing himself laughing across the room. And, yeah, I found out really quickly there were like 3 guys. If they asked me to say anything, it was very much a derogatory thing. And, so just not to trust them. Thank you, buddy. Switch all my online activity in English decades ago to avoid losing it. So, what's your native language then, Zulu? French. I don't know. I know like 3 words in French. Not even gonna attempt it. I would very much like to learn Spanish and or Italian. Which to me, I think Italian is probably one of my favorite languages that I've ever heard. It sounds to me like fancy Spanish. It's very similar between the two. I lost Spanish by not being immersed in a lack of practice. Yeah, so I took Spanish for 2 years in high school and then 2 years again while I was in college for a little bit. So I learned a decent bit of like the very basic stuff. And then, yes, definitely a lot of more hands. But I don't know. Fancy Spanish is the best way to explain it in my humble opinion. Oh, I got a new card. Extra orbs. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I really like the languages. I also spent quite a bit of time learning some Russian, but I don't know if y'all were aware of this, but they have a completely different alphabet, and I think it's 28 letters instead of the English 26. And learning the whole second alphabet thing was really hard for me. Would like to shout out Study Mage really quick for this song. He made this one for me. Ollie, what are you doing rolling up the thing? So on a good note for the main account here, 441 waves in, and we still don't have the health card on. We're just chilling with ultimate crit. That is not going to do very much for me. I think now is when I stop going hard on the enemy level skips and I start going hard on everything else. So let's get us some damage in. I was working one time with a guy from Britain and he pronounced, I don't even know what that word is, merde like mo? He counted in a really different way. Yeah, it's weird. Different places count really funny, like compared to other places. Yeah. We're looking pretty solid here. What's that up to? 50T? Oh, so what was really cool is while I was working with the Italian guys, they all spoke Spanish pretty much, and they use another international company for extra helpers and like labor workers and stuff. And so they had a group of guys come in, and there was one guy from Chile, two guys from Mexico, and one guy from, I think it was El Salvador. And they all made fun of, because they all spoke Spanish, and they were all making fun of the Chilean guy because even though it's still Spanish, the dialect is very different. So like one of the things they really made fun of him for was in like traditional Spanish or Mexican Spanish, they say navaja for a knife, and the guy from Chile, they call it a cuchillo, and a cuchillo is specifically a kitchen knife in the other dialects of Spanish, apparently, except for in Chile. And I know, like I said, I took Spanish in high school and college, so I knew quite a bit. So I actually ended up and I was working with them a lot. So I spent probably half my day speaking Spanish, half my day speaking Italian, and the only time I was speaking English was when I got home to my wife. So it was really funny. Like, she would ask me a question and I would start responding in Spanish or Italian, forgetting that I'm home. Yeah, my pronunciation's not the best, but still. $70 and $90. 60 plus 10 and 80 plus 10. Yeah, some languages are really funny like that. Yeah, there was one number in Italian that was really weird to me. Can't remember which one. But it was something weird like that. It was 60 plus 10 or something like that. Rather than having their own word. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, going to work all day, literally for like 10 to 12 hours speaking Italian and Spanish. And then the only English interaction I have is if I called somebody at like when I was on lunch or something. If I called one of my friends or something, or my wife. And then when I'm getting home for a couple hours before I go to bed, I was talking to my wife, and that was the only English I was speaking. Even though I don't know Spanish or Italian, like I'm nowhere close to fluent in either. But it was a lot of fun. Weren't I mentally exhausted? It was definitely mentally taxing. But at the same time, a lot of what we were saying, like, I understood enough of what they were saying that the majority of the sentences I understood the point of. And then by the end of it, like, all of the crane commands and stuff are very easy. You know, it's like, so I knew exactly what they were saying to the point where, like, we were doing it so much and for so long, when they told me, like, if they said abasa baracho, I didn't have to think like, okay, that means boom down. I already knew that's what that meant. Like, it wasn't like I was having to constantly translate it. It became natural. So in the beginning, when I was having to do all of the translations, it was, but we got used to it to where all of those words were basically second nature at that point. Like, when they would say it, I would do it immediately and know what they meant. And that is a big part of why I had them start using their native language. So either Spanish for the other guys or Italian for the main crew. And it was easier for me to translate it and get used to it than it was for them trying to go to English, because they were speaking either Spanish or Italian between themselves and each other. And then they were speaking only English to me because I'm the only person there that spoke English. So it was easier for one person to learn rather than everybody else learning it, and every other person kept messing it up. So that's what made the most sense for us all. But yeah, in the very beginning, it was extremely mentally taxing for me. But it's like everything else, you just kind of get used to it. And it was really fun for me. I love language. My French people don't want to speak with foreigners in French. I have no idea. Isn't French really particular about pronunciation, though? I don't know, I'm asking. IRL or online, I don't have an issue speaking with foreigners. I just speak English online because it's the most practical. So that's partially my thing, is I feel like online it's so hard to try to find people to talk to that are also patient enough with you, like actually trying to learn the language. And with where I'm at, especially with Italian, like it's I don't know, it would be very frustrating to try to find somebody to communicate with, I feel like.
The sky turns gray, a shadow falls, a coward's boring blight. The armies of the villain foes try to steal away the light. They march in dull formation, their banners bleak and pale. A soulless bland invasion that
The health is starting to be able to show a little bit on there. So here very soon I'm probably gonna have to throw in the health card to be able to tank. Dropping ultimate weapon crit.
He does it for the party, for the salt and for the lime. He does it for the pandas. Now it's payback time. He's the havoc bringer. Tequila man's his name. Slings chain lightning and thunder in a margarita rain. He's the havoc bringer upon his golden throne. When Foot sees the spotlight, he'll wish he'd stayed at home. Battle seal this silent fuzz thinks he has the upper hand. He's laid his poison swamps and mines all across the weary land. But Tequila Man just smiles and shakes a cocktail cold and deep. He has a promise.
Yeah, so most French people will be pleased if a foreigner just tries. A simple bonjour and merci to show that you try and you can win most people. But things can be very different depending on where in France. Like in Paris, it's its own beast compared to the rest of France. I feel like that's pretty true because a lot of the times with places like Paris where it's extremely touristy, you almost have to deal with it too much to the point where it does become annoying, and I could easily see that being the case for Paris specifically. Whereas with the rest of France, it's not as touristy, so you seeing the tourist making that attempt, it's a lot more genuine feeling. And that's kind of more of a guess than what's actually going on. I don't know for sure. I was in Paris in 2016, now I would not go there. What's wrong with Paris? I believe as long as someone makes the effort to speak your language, accent or grammar should not be an issue. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the case for, I don't know about everybody, and I know a lot of people that get very annoyed, but like, in my line of work, I deal with a lot of truckers, and there are a lot of truckers that come here from other countries, and a lot of them don't speak very good English, and I don't personally have much of a problem. Like, actually this week, I loaded 6 trucks, and I had one guy who spoke really good English, and then I had 4 guys from Ukraine, and one of them was barely able to like hold a conversation about the trucking. Like, there was absolutely no communication outside of specifically for the machines in the truck, and that was still very 180 waves on the baby account, not bad at all. Let me just save that so I can send it, so I can upload that to Rend later. But I do know a lot of people here like in America specifically, that would get very frustrated with trying to deal with somebody whose English was extremely bad, like the truckers that I had to deal with this week.
The house lights hit the floor, the crowd begins to chant his name.
Have you got the lab that turns off ranged enemies? So I do have the one that disables ranged enemies. However, with ranged ultimates, they are immune to the black hole. Oh, that's funny. I'm tied in second place. Hey, I will be right back. 1 second. Okay, I am back. Okay, so it is also Parisian tend to be more rude. I don't like Paris at all. Had to live there for like 6 months and it was hell never again. Fun fact, I can write, read, and understand English alright, but I never speak. Honestly, that's kind of true though. So like for me, I got to the point where I could read and write a little bit in Italian and Spanish now, but my pronunciation was always terrible. And I don't know, it's just weird, like the way things are supposed to be pronounced versus how I pronounce them was really bad. Why? Because I never really had an opportunity to practice. I learned English playing D&D and WoW. Continue later on with movies and internet, but never had to talk, and I don't have anyone around me being able to speak. I got a work guy who's Polish but name animals in English. And last week, he was talking in Polish and called animal marmot. And for like 10 minutes, I was wondering what animal that is.
Tequila Man. The legend is real.
Pretty sure if I drop in an English-speaking country for 10 or 15 days, the problem would be solved. You can always practice in Spartan server. There's always someone on the voice call. Yeah, honestly, that is a really good idea. So I would say English is one of the easiest ones to get. Like once, if you have the basics, which it sounds like you definitely do, just kind of getting in and talking. There's always people on in Spartan servers. If not, typically JPlays is the second most popular that I like to join. Where that way it's still smaller. It's not the massive pool, channels that you'll see in like the Tower Discord. It's typically like 5 people or so in a channel, which to me is just a lot more pleasurable. A lot less people talking over people and a lot more like intimate, easy conversation.
Gentle heart, black and white, in his view, day and night. Then the switch in his head, target locked, nothing said. Feel the pulse start to climb. It's the final party time. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4. Give the people something more, something more.
Honestly, I feel like with a lot of places, it's kind of the same. So, ooh, wave 40 on tier 11. That's not bad.
Take wheel
People there are so greedy. I mean, what do you mean by that? That people are so greedy. Because I mean, I don't disagree. Like people are in general pretty greedy, but from what I've heard from a lot of other people and seen, and it's like arguably very similar to a lot of other countries. Might be useful, but never had the urge to do it. That's understandable. It's also, I mean, it's kind of a pain, and English is very hard. So many just different, stupid, weird words for things. Do you think we rerun and try to get higher than the 180 so we can get second place? I'm really close to that next ultimate weapon too. Honestly, I feel like I'm kind of the opposite. I feel like people are in general pretty greedy by nature, and like societally, I feel like there's a lot of things that are very similar between America and other, I guess, first world countries. Like from what I've heard from some of the people, like the guys that I knew from Italy, a lot of the guys that I've talked to and know from like Canada or Europe, a lot of that stuff is very similar.
A shimmer in the fabric of the cosmos lights the way. He steps out from the multiverse. The nexus is his door. A legend whispered on a billion planets and a million.
Except U.S. push for always more, maybe way more than anywhere else. What do you mean by always more? I don't know what GB is, but especially when you learn to speak in GB or Scotland and have to speak with a guy from USA. At least that's the feeling that you have. Yeah, so what do you... I'm trying to understand. So what do you mean by people push for, or the US pushes for way more? More expensive, more cost of life? I mean, it depends on where you're at, though. So, like, yes, overall, that is kind of true. Like, America does have a little bit more cost of life, but at the same time, I feel like the income is typically more. But I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of like the whole capitalist society is you spend more, but you also make more. But at the same time, it really depends on where you're at in the country, because like there's places like around where I'm at where cost of living is literally half or sometimes even less than half of other places in the country. Like out in California and some of the bigger cities out there, you know, what I could pay for literally like a 4-bedroom house on a couple of acres of land would be a 1-bedroom studio apartment out there. So it really depends on where you're at in the country. And it also depends on what you're looking for. You know, if you can choose to live a lot lower on the, like, a lot closer to what you actually make. But in general, that is true, but that's more, to me, that is more like corporationally than it is individuals. And there's a lot of ways to do things a lot cheaper. I believe this is a new personal best here. Pretty sure this is a new personal best, actually. Yeah, it's a very big country and it's hard to make such a broad claim for all people. But yeah, I mean, so like that's kind of true, because in general, that is the whole thing around a capitalist society, is you want to make as much money as possible. But at the same time, like, it kind of boils down to be very similar everywhere else in my, like, at least from what I've seen, because even if stuff costs more but you're making more money, then like relative to each other, yes, it's more expensive, but you're making more income, so it's like relatively it's the same cost as a lot of other places. This is a new personal best. Let me pull up Ren really quick. What is my previous? My highest ever is 726, and that was with a full respec, so this is now higher. How do we look on the tournament right now? 9th place with 730. Oh, tied with 9. That guy's gonna beat me. He's going quite a bit further. 254 in tier 17. Damn nice life tanking. Yeah, I'm just fully HP. I do very little damage. My smart missiles only do 251 Q. I think I go... I think I'm going to stay on 1x speed because I don't want to die here. I want to do demon mode first before my wings. Dude, I barely make 14 with over 900 waves. When you say that, are you talking, are you talking about your personal best? Is tier 14 900 waves, like you're farming or something? Or are you talking about tier 14 as in you're in Legends League? I really need to try a late join. When you say late join, do you mean... Oh, you're saying 14th place with over 900 waves, and I'm sorry, I got you now. Yeah. So 14th place with 900 waves. So if you do the last second join, that's really nice because it gives you the bracket with less people. But I have the full 30-man bracket, and I don't know. We'll just see where we get. I'm not gonna end in 9th place. This bracket just is still going. There's several people. You know, these two people still haven't even ran the tournament yet. Which I don't think we have to worry too much about either of them. But there's a lot of people. Yeah. I think this is just, there's a lot of people that have not finished their runs. I'm not going to end in 9th place. I'm probably going to get knocked all the way down to like maybe around 20 to probably between 15 and 20. I call it inflation of life. Cost, the more you make, the more you want, the more expenses you've got. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of it too. Is people really do? You know, you have people that are barely able to actually afford their cost of living, like just their housing and food and stuff, and that's with doing as much of the budget options as you can. And then you have millionaires that are making, you know, 1,000 times more money than that other person per month, and the millionaire is still living paycheck to paycheck, where they're spending every dollar that they make. I feel like that's just kind of part of it. Let's see what we get to. There went demon mode. I'm likely gonna pop wings shortly after, and we'll see where we go from there. Maybe not though. Those false ultimates just ended. It's only 8:30 or 8:40. I'm gonna go ahead and try the tier 3 again. Hope for some good luck. Oh wait, we have a perk ban. We're gonna ban the cackle. No, we're not. We're gonna ban this one. Minus knockback force is absolutely detrimental to the build. Ooh, that was very clutch recovery package right there. Almost got me. I think either way here we get the wall back. Honestly, I think the biggest thing here is the enemy attack level skips. Starting out with slightly over 30 is allowing me to instantly have attack level skips. Okay, there went the wall again. Pretty much right away. And there went Golden Tower, or Golden Second Wind, whatever it's called. So that is going to be wrapping this one up. Don't think we live for very too much longer. Yep, there she goes. 700. I do sometimes, but it doesn't really matter. I'm at a new personal best. I'm at currently ranked 12. Hopefully 767 is enough to keep me in champions. It should be. But I'm assuming a lot of these people are going to get higher than me. I don't know who, but I'm assuming several of these people are. And I'm probably going to end up closer to somewhere around 20. But let's see, what is it, 16 to 24, so I'm expecting this, the 200 gems and 90 stones. I'm naturally around 25%, can only start to have 30 plus around wave 200 plus. So Zulu, do you have the enhancement yet? The enemy attack level skip enhancement? Because that was really big for me, and I've already got 10 levels into it, so it's very expensive. I got a really weak wall because it was down like 6 times. Yeah, so my wall is not the best. Show y'all what it looks like so far. As you can see, I am currently researching it. But we've got fortification 34, wall health at 40, region is at 14 going to 15, and wall thorns I just recently got to level 10. And then I have no rebuild or invincibility. 7 trillion per run started in March this year. That's not bad then. If you're already up this high like in champs and stuff for starting in March, that's actually really good. Just got my personal best on plat 2k waves, but can't seem to stay in champs. Yeah, dude, that's really big for me as well. Oh, I didn't get my stats, did I? No, I did not. I'm a dummy. But yeah, that's where I'm at too. So like right here, 1800 waves in plat. Wait. This is missing a league I had. Because I'm not crazy, right? On 923. So this is missing my most recent tournament for some reason. I got the last tournament, the one from 923. I got 2335 waves in platinum for first place. So I'm missing one platinum league there. But yeah, I'm kind of bouncing between it. So like 2000 in platinum, and then champs, platinum, champs, champs, and then I demoted here. Or no, sorry, I demoted here on 920, and then I had platinum, and then I'm back in champs for this tournament. I likely am staying in champions again. How many levels do I have in Workshop ELS? I currently have 360. But so I have 360 Workshop. I have 10 levels of the enhancements, which as you can see is very expensive. The next click's almost 200 trillion. And then I also have the mythic enemy health and enemy attack level skips. Ooh, nobody told me I had a gluten gem on the baby account. I was looking at my rend. I'll show you what I was looking at. Main monitor, boom. So this is my project rend here, and as you can see, 2,335 waves on platinum, and I got first place, which then let me into this tournament, which I have not uploaded yet, but I will be doing that soon. I'm very mad at myself for not grabbing the stats page. How do I remember to grab the stats on my baby account, but I forget to do it on my main? It's just sad. But I'm hoping, I doubt it, but I'm really hoping I can stay in 15th. For the extra 50 gems and 10 stones would be really nice. Because I'm currently saving for, like we talked about, I want to get this this click here. So I don't remember exactly how many stones that's going to be. Sorry for the flashbang. So 1504. I need 1504 stones for that click. When I get that, I'm going to do when I get those, I'm going to go one more for the death wave quantity here. So 7 natural. Well, it's going to be 4 natural plus 3 from the substat. I really like Rend. I put out a guide video on it recently. Any way that you change the cash and level ups card before die? I normally do. I normally drop cash and free ups, and I didn't this tournament though. But like I said, I'm happy. I probably could have gotten a little bit farther if I microed a little bit better, but I didn't, so it'll be all right. So we're going for the gold box to golden tower at 100 second cooldown for all 3 of these. Then I'm gonna go death wave quantity to 7, but it's actually death wave quantity 4. And then I'm gonna get golden tower to 45. And then at that point, I'm going to either decide on a mastery or 2 or getting chrono field and start working on the lab. The main question with that would be if I feel comfortable with having one of these lab slots drop, and like right now I don't, so a mastery would be better for me currently, but we've got a couple months of savings before I get there. So you can do 90 to 110, it's cheaper. If you use MVN. Oh, you're talking about doing, I don't use MVN. I use Primcy always. Because, partially, it's because I don't have much in the way of modules. But then also, my build relies so much on this 80% DR. What are you doing? Okay. So my build really relies on this 80% DR. Also, because of how much further that's able to get me with being full EHP, it's not even a coin increase to run MVN, because I did a test when it was mythic and MVN was legendary, and it was a pretty big difference. And then also to simulate this, because I know with the legendary, it's such a bad 10-second cooldown. So before I drop my black wave or my black hole to permanent. It I tested it with natural sync. Yeah, I tested it with natural sync before I went to perma black hole, and then I tested it with perma black hole and Prim C on Mythic, and it was a massive coin increase and sell increase from going so much further. And like I feel like it's a big point of the reason I'm actually farming tier 11 now. I'm farming tier 11 up to around 8150 or so. 4.8 trillion, getting really close to 5 trillion coins per hour there. But if you see this massive jump here, going from tier 10 all the way up to here, like I was going from like 7,300 and change to 8,200 and change. So I gained like 900 waves just going from Mythic to Ancestral. With Prim C and Perma Black Hole. I want to say this right here, this jump was Prim C going to Mythic. Even though I didn't gain much there, it was just going up. And then this massive jump right in here. This massive jump, yeah. That was going to Ancestral with Perma Black Hole. But I'm really happy with this tournament. 776 waves. It's a new personal best. I think my previous 726 is my previous personal best. Last time I farmed T10 was on the 21st, and I went 95.64. I'm doing 90 meter Devo blender. So I have a completely Devo damage, except I've got 2500 base, mainly for tournaments, but everything else is level 1, except for crit chance and range. Range is set to max range, no card, and 15 lab levels, I believe. Yeah, 15 lab levels of range, which puts it at the 89.2 whatever, which lets your workshop orbs go directly through the center of your black holes. So I have Perma Black Hole that kills all of the fodder, and then the boss and stuff just dies mainly from thorns and EHP. But I have quite a bit of EHP. Yeah, I'm gonna be posting a guide on it sometime this week as I get time. But it's a lot of people are calling it a 90 meter range or 90 meter blender, but it's a Devoed blender strategy. So I started running this before I had Perma Black Hole, and it was really big for me because it's kind of like a pseudo orb Devo where you actually really want, and I'll show you here the perks. The knockback perk is really good to have high up on your wants list because the minus knockback force is important to let the stuff hoard on your tower. And then you have minimum attack speed, and you have minimum knockback chance and knockback force. So with all of that, you let enemies hoard up on your tower, and then when your ultimate weapon sync goes off, it's gonna pull everything out to that 90 meters, and your orbs kill it. And I'm really excited. I'm gonna make a video on that probably this week, but maybe next, showing that build off. Let's see. 0.98. I didn't upload a couple of runs, so I forgot to do that, so that's why that number was off. But I'm about to start the tier 11 runs are running for about 11 and a half hours now. So that means this will end tomorrow morning around 8 a.m., which is perfect. Yeah, Devoed Blender. So I put a video out a couple weeks back called Rangeless Blender. And it was the build that I was running before I switched to this, because I got Primordial Collapse allowed me to go more range. But before I had Primordial Collapse, I do not have Perma GT. I do have Perma Black Hole. However, this build works without Perma Black Hole very well. I'm going to show that off in the guide coming up. But if you look on my channel, there's a Rangeless Blender guide video. And that is the build I was running before this. And I was running standard Blender, and when I switched to Rangeless, it was about a 25% coin increase and very similar cells. It was roughly the same cells, but a 25% coin increase. But now with Primordial Collapse and then my Black Hole coverage, I was able to change it up to this build, which I would highly recommend. 50 meters is basically the minimum you can have on your black hole size. But no, I'm very far from Golden Tower Perma. My Golden Tower is a 43-second cooldown on 110, or sorry, 43-second duration on 110-second cooldown. I do have Mythic G-Comp. However, that does not get it anywhere close to Perma. I mean, it's up more often than it's not, but I don't know the actual percentage, but I'm going to ballpark it and say it's somewhere up like 60 to 70% of the time it's up. As I'm Blender, I'm running tier 10 up to wave 8,000. I make 7 trillion to 7.5 trillion coins. So let me pull up, hang on, let me pull up my channel really quick. Let me see. When I made that video, it was right before Prim C came out. Rangeless Blender was, it says a month ago. So let's just say it was like 825 here. So I was only going about 6,000 waves in tier 10, but I was making just around 14 trillion per run. This jump here actually may have been the Rangeless Blender. Yeah, this jump here could have been switching to Rangeless Blender. So I went from 8.8 trillion coins per hour to 10.4. I think that is it, actually. But I don't remember exactly, and I do talk about it in the video. But it was very likely right here whenever I switched. So I went from 1.2 trillion coins per hour to 1.3. Actually, sorry, I went from just below 1 trillion to just 1.2. And then that jump is likely just had better runs. It went a little bit farther. Perma Black Hole, okay. Golden Tower / Deathwave, but no Spotlight. Yes, that's what I'm working on. What labs and modules do I have there? So that would be a Mythic plus G-Comp with only Mythic package chance and coins per kill. I think I had maybe Epic attack level skip. At the time back here was before Primordial Collapse. So I was running a Mythic plus Dim Core, or sorry, I was running a Legendary Dim Core that had Legendary Spotlight Angle, Legendary Deathwave quantity maybe, and then Golden Tower bonus. No. I don't even think I had Legendary Deathwave quantity. I might have had, I think I had Legendary Spotlight Angle, Golden Tower bonus, and... yeah, it was Deathwave quantity. I had Legendary Deathwave quantity, Golden Tower bonus, and Spotlight Angle, I'm pretty sure. I guess I'll stay Blender for the time being and make a decision when my Spotlight is up and running. 40-degree angle and 3 lights. Honestly, you should check out that guide video, the rangeless Blender, because that runs a minimum range. So the max range gave me a massive jump because I had the black hole coverage of Primordial Collapse. So that the rangeless Blender is a very specific particular type of Devo, and it lets you hoard enemies a lot more efficiently than standard Blender, so you're killing them in your sync cooldowns a lot better. And I think the biggest, or one of the biggest parts of the max range versus standard is with standard, or sorry, with rangeless, you have to run the extra orbs card, and your workshop orbs will get leveled up from free ups, and while they're out there, they're just trimming stuff as it's coming in, so you're hoarding less. And then also when your shockwave goes off, it's knocking enemies into your extra orbs because you're only at 30 meters. So you're going to be trimming a little bit more, and with this with this 90-meter Blender, you're just able to hoard a little bit more efficiently because you're going to trim less because the only orbs that you have, which I start with none, but the only orbs you have are going to be right in the outside, like just inside of your tower range. Oops, I'm wearing the wrong cards. So the biggest thing is you're just trimming less enemies, so you're going to be killing a lot more in your ultimate weapon sinks. And I talk about it a lot more elegantly in that guide for the rangeless, which is what I would recommend starting first, unless you have to have Primordial Collapse and 50-meter Black Hole for this 90 meters to be so effective. Because as you can see, I have 100% tower coverage. Every single bit of my tower is covered by that Black Hole. The first one ends, and then, yeah, it's perma from here on. So even in right here, this is still in the Black Holes, barely. So every single bit of my entire tower range is inside of my Black Hole. Any smaller of a Black Hole in this would not be as effective. And realistically, slightly bigger Black Holes would actually be more effective because it's going to pull enemies into the Black Holes faster. And as you can see, like right here when they're hitting this Death Wave, they're not in my Black Hole cooldown. Or Black Hole range, rather. So I really should go up at least one more, if not 2 more meters. Of Black Hole size. But yeah, the change in strategy is just purely killing more hoarded enemies in your sync cooldowns and less, yeah, like you said, Zulu, less accidental kills. But rangeless Blender worked really well for me. Like I said, it was a pretty big jump. Like, it was 15% coin increase. I don't remember if this was it or not, but it was a 15% coin increase from running standard Blender. You would have to kill your lightning strike. Are you talking about chain lightning? So you don't have to kill it, you just, I mean, you turn it off for the first, anywhere from the first couple thousand to potentially as late as like 5,000 waves in. And then, from Blender. Yeah. So that was running, so I went from running standard Blender, and then I did the rangeless Blender. Which, I mean, it's still a form of Blender. I was thinking you said you was before Devo. No. So I was running Orb Devo, and then I switched to Blender whenever I got the wall. And with my work and stuff like that, it is just a lot easier for me to run an AFK strat. So I stayed as Blender, even after getting my wall developed a little bit. So I did run Orb Devo for quite a while, but I switched to Blender when I got the wall and was at Devo give around 30% Blender. For me, it was almost double. It was quite a bit more for Devo. Yeah, I was running Orb Devo. Orb Devo, I think it was like 60 or 70% more coins, but it was like 40% less cells. It was a lot less cells. And like now that I'm a little bit further in, I would not take the cell loss. I switched to the Blender because I didn't want to do a respec once I started the farming, or sorry, started the labs. So I just kept the wall and just went Blender instead. And it worked out better because wall for Orb Devo would have been a massive coin loss while I was developing the labs, whereas wall for Blender didn't really matter because my wall was so weak and I was already just blendering stuff anyways. Maybe because wall without good enough wall labs can't sustain the tanking. Exactly. So whenever it was like first starting out, the wall would just pretty much die. And then I left it with 0 investment, so I didn't put any investment into the wall health. Like I left it at 0, and it slowly upgraded with free ups over the course of the run. But it was so weak between that and the labs that it would just get one shot still. So it didn't really change the fact that I was running Blender. Yeah, so I got the wall with basically no labs, and then I switched from Orb Devo to Blender, and I ran 4 wall labs at the same time for like a week and a half, just to get them up to usable level. And then the reason that I stayed Blender, because I originally planned on going back to Orb Devo. I don't know, ask mommy. Bring them over there. You said no? Okay. So I stayed Blender because like I originally intended on going Blender for like 2 weeks while I did the lab development and then going back to Orb Devo. But whenever I got home from the beach and my work schedule was picking back up, so I was super crazy busy, and the AFK of Blender just seemed so much better for me and my account that even though it was less coins per hour, I was making more coins per day because it was longer runs and a lot less micromanaging, which was very necessary for me. Farming on ring gave most, but I don't like to stack Berserk on the start. So I don't run, when I'm doing farming runs, I'm running completely EHP, so I don't have damage, I don't have attack speed, I don't have Berserker. I don't run Death Wave either. Typically I run Plasma Cannon because I need the bosses to die, because bosses or elites are the only thing that can kill me with Perma Black Hole and Primsy. And so that just lets the bosses take considerably less ticks, but at the same time it doesn't really matter. Right now I'm running Demon Mode and Nuke because of the event mission, and those 2 cards are completely useless. So actually, before I do this, once you're 14 or above, for me now, farming on ring gave you the most. What do you mean by ring? For me, it would be hard to explain, but ask Spartan or Greenie about farming on ring. I talk to Spartan a lot. I've never heard him say anything about farming on the ring. Farming Deathwave ring. I got you. Yeah, so I don't do that. My Deathwave is still only a 3x damage. I don't think I have any clicks into that at all. You definitely do, but also that multiplier is really high. And the way Deathwave works is it basically makes a pool that constantly gets bigger. And especially with the new mod, it's not that hard to stack up a lot. But yeah, personally, like, my ring dies in the first couple hundred waves on tier 11 when I'm farming. So I'm just full EHP, like, investment of 200 stones into Deathwave damage. Yeah, I mean, the stone investment's not crazy for Deathwave, but also how many waves does that even get you? You can sustain 4,000 waves, but after that I just get blasted as soon as it pops. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I've seen as well, is for Deathwave, like, you have to really put some investment in there for it to last long enough for a farming run for it to be worth. And then again, it's not even that much better because there's a lot easier ways to make sure you're killing in all of your things. Bless you, honey. So, part of the problem with that, though, is killing with your Deathwave like that is going to be a massive coin loss. Because you're going several thousand waves without doing any form of warding. Whereas, I don't have the card, so I don't have perma. Funny. Or the whole point after Deathwave Ring comes down to you change your normal farming strategy. Yeah, but see, the problem with farming like that is you're gonna just have such a low coin income for the first couple thousand waves. I don't feel like that's necessarily worth it. Like, that's really good for tournaments to start out with that, but for not really when you start anyway going to 100. 150. So you're saying a 2-to-1 sync? Yeah, if you have perma black hole, perma golden tower, then killing with Deathwave is totally fine. But to me, like, until you have perma golden tower and black hole, that's not really worth it, and that's a massive stone investment to have that. Like, I've only put about 750 to 1,000 stone. Actually, I'll tell you exactly. Let's see, workshop. Ultimates. So I've put 990 stones into smart missiles and 38 stones into chain lightning. So I've put 1,000 stones of my 21,000 stones. I've put 1,000 into damage. So 20,000 stones has gone into econ for me, and I'm still very far, or not very far, but several thousand stones away from Golden Tower being perma. What, buddy? Did he just say there's a dragon? Getting real close here. I'm gonna do these last 20 waves, and then I'm actually gonna go to bed. I can show you that. Spotlight is my most invested into. Spotlight has 5.2k, Black Hole has almost 4, Golden Tower is 4.5, and Deathwave is at 3.6. So 3.6k stones, 4.5 on Golden Tower, 3.9 on Black Hole, and then 5.2 on Spotlight. Wait. Yeah, 5.2. So that is what I have invested into it. 2,500 of that is for quantity 4 that you really don't need until way later on. I did it super fucking early compared to most people, and I don't regret it or anything like that, but that was very early compared to almost everybody else. So realistically, I should have that way less. So I should only be at about 2.7, or for the flashbang there, 2.7 Spotlight stones invested. But even then, the 2,500 stones that I put into the quantity 4 would not be enough to get me Irma Golden Tower. And there she wrote. Oops. I'm not gonna buy any of that because I'm gonna wait till the new event. I like being able to instantly buy all of the themes and relics. But I don't know. Like I said, if you have the perma Golden Tower and Black Hole, then it's definitely worth it to do the damage in your Death Wave. But up until that point, I don't feel like it's worth investing in. Oh, I was wrong. Sorry, I did do one click into Death Wave damage, so it's at 3x. and will give me a huge. I don't think it will. I really don't, because I lose 80%. I lose 80%, and I'm gaining a second of penalty year. I would gain a second of penalty and lose 80% DR, and I think the 80% is worth way more. But RNG's fucked up in module roulette. Yeah, no kidding, dude. I need one more. I need one more sharp fortitude, and I will have my first mythic defense mod. I don't have any mythics. It's not fair, dude. I'm on away from 3 different mythic cannons, not counting the newest one. I have no mythics of this at all. Armor mods. Generators, I've got 2, and I could make a 3rd if I had the, what's it called? Ancestral MVN would possibly be worth it, but at the same time, I still don't think it would be worth overrunning the 80% damage reduction. I don't think it's worth. But with that, unfortunately, I'm going to be going to bed here. But I really appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out. I had some very interesting and fun conversations. I really appreciate all of you for stopping in. And just remember, guys, it's a good day to have a great day.